Hi. I believe it is September 30th. And
Yeah,
that
it is.
it is okay. And then the time of the day is, let's see, over here, it is 1:10. I'm gonna go out for a walk. And I'm gonna try to keep my fingers off them buttons. I tend to, oh, that's what that thing's for. All right, let's see if I can handle it. I thought I was gonna need my coat. But when I was in the backyard, it was kind of warm. So I get out of the shade. Make sure I don't fall up the stairs. I did that one day. Was not expecting that. Okay, I'm still in the shade. It's kind of chilly. So I'm gonna get out here. So I went in the backyard with the doggy earlier and it was sunny. It felt good. So I don't know. If the breeze blows too much, I will need. I've left my sweater somewhere. I'm good at leaving things places. Surely it's not up there. No. Yeah. Okay, so I know I'm terrible. I know I said it, but I'm still going to say it. September 30th. It's Monday. And this is Lou. I have an appointment for a PET scan on Wednesday, on the 2nd. It just dawned on me. I haven't been taking my blood sugar. I really should be doing that, but I haven't been. I just try to watch what I eat. But see, it's not just what you eat, I guess. Even your exercise, all kinds of things affect your blood sugar, even stress. And I'm hoping that's why my blood pressure was so high the other day. Because that was just an all of a sudden thing. Both days involved, going to the doctor, finding them. I'm not sure if I drove both days. I can't remember now. I think her daughter came and got me. And then her fella came and got me and brought me home. It was a long day. They do things weird over here. Strange, everything that's different, I guess, is strange. It's just that it's nice to be able to go around the corner and get your blood work done a day before. And then you just go and have the doctor's appointment and the treatment's all at the same time. And then it doesn't take all freaking day. Let's see if it's still moving. Yes. And I just passed the 333. I didn't get to see it, but I just passed it. I saw it turn from 6 to 7. So there were still 2 3s. But I like it when there's 3 3s. Need to check the mail and see if I have something in there. I'm waiting for a deed. But they did tell me it was mailed, so it should be coming. Try not to walk too fast. And I do need to learn about meditation. That is one of the therapies, is meditation. I'm not sure if it was the naturopath that told me that, and then also some people online. But it is true, stress is a bad thing. And cancer loves acid, and I don't know, I think maybe we create some extra acid when we're all upset. So it'd be good not to be upset. So depending on your environment, you might want to meditate. And so, depending on what you're doing, if you're trying to get peace, you might not want to listen to me. Sometimes I do get riled up. And then I have a tendency to maybe make other people riled up. And if they don't listen to me all the way, then they're going to get what I said wrong. And then they're going to be upset with me and they don't even know. Because I tell things in a story, in a roundabout way. And you have to listen to it all, or you don't get it. So yeah, I could probably be very irritating. That's where that long-term relationship comes in, where they know what you're saying. So you don't got to say it all. Anyway. That's something that you build. You just don't get it overnight. Especially if you don't get a chance to actually live with somebody, be with somebody. Yes, I'm checking out that tree. I'm letting you guys check it out too. So far I got shades on and it's in the shade down here. But I like leaves too. Never really liked green for clothes, for wearing apparel. But I love green grass and green trees and the moss. And that hunter green, I love that deep green. And the teal green. And the marine color, isn't that like a green? A teal green also. Then let's get into blue greens. I love blue. I'm just gonna walk up and down this road, I think. Because I'm not really sure how far I'm gonna go. I went too far the other day. That was hard to get home. I need a bench on the way, people. We need to have a bench. In the middle of them trees. It's the, is it HOA? Anyway, it's their rules for this neighborhood. They have these dues they have to pay, and they have to follow rules, and they have to have the trees, which is going to, in turn, make the sidewalks bolder. I mean, after a while, when them roots get going on, then the sidewalk's going to go up. We've already seen it over there. But anyway, that's not the point. I want a bench. Put a bench every so often for someone to sit down. This is the kind of neighborhood where, you got to be able to afford the house. You got to be able to make good money so that you can pay the mortgage, and pay the insurance, and pay the property taxes. When you buy a house and you get it paid for, you still got a bunch of bills to go with it. But at least you get that big payment gone. And you people out there, I tried to tell someone, I tried to tell a few people, okay, but they don't want to hear me. Like my daughter's husband, he's not her husband anymore, but when you make a lot of money, you have a different time set in your head. And also, sometimes you might think you're a little better than someone else. Like maybe your brains are better than someone else's, or you just don't want to hear it. And you're rude. Anyway, that was just an observation, mostly of just one time. But I know. I'm not in the dark. I can see. I am what they call a seer. Anyway, there's just some things you can see. And people wear it all over their face and in their words. Anyway, the point I was going to say is there is a way. There's a lot of different ways, but there's a way to save yourself a lot of money. Because when you go and you get your mortgage, and you're just new at your mortgage, the way they've got it is, you pay interest, okay? And in the very beginning, you're paying interest on this big amount. So the interest is a big amount, okay? But if you hunker down, find out what your principal payment is. Okay, now do you know what that means? Here you got a loan. You got a loan for, we'll say, I could put it down into smaller things, but these days it seems like houses are $350,000. How crazy is that? How can you do that? And then think about what the payment is. It used to be 1% or 2% interest. Oh man, that was killer. Because when I got a house, my very first house, I think we paid 7 or 8%. And that was good. But see, things change over time. So now I don't know what the interest rate is now. But the point is, when you first get your loan and you start paying, okay, you ask for an amortization, something like that. A printout of all your payments. It's a printout of every single payment you're gonna make. And my hand's over here talking, you can't see it. But I could turn my phone sideways. That would be something different. Right, an amortization sheet. Okay, so what it is, when you go to the bank, usually you have the principal payment, which is how much is going down on the house, actually, the loan. And then you've got your interest, and then you've got your, not sales tax, but they prorate your property tax because you want to make sure that's paid. So they'll prorate that, so there'll be a portion for property tax, and there'll be a portion for, what else? Property tax, insurance. They want to make sure the house is insured. So they take out the insurance and they put it on the loan, okay? So you've got like 4 different things. So in the beginning of your loan, and for quite some time, your principal payment is very low. You're paying interest. You're paying a lot of interest. So just hear me out, because this is for anybody and everybody. If you take the time, and if you're going to stay there long, there's different circumstances, okay? But it's not always the best place to put your investment. But the thing is, if you look at, if you're long term, and you don't want to pay, you get a loan for 30 years. That way your principal payment is low. And then when you start out, and it don't have to be in the beginning, that amortization sheet is going to show you where you're at. So you just mark it off every month where you're at. So you can see what's going on principal. And then what's the next month's principal. So when you make your payment, which includes all that different stuff, then you look, how much is the principal? And you make a principal payment right along with the other payment. So just I haven't seen a principal payment for $350,000. So I'm just telling you, in the beginning of that loan, what's going on your principal, which is what you've been loaned money on, is the amount of what your actual loan is for, not counting the interest, not counting insurance and what else was it? Property taxes. Anyway, so each month you could look at that amortization sheet and say, oh, okay, if I pay $150 extra, that's going to take up a whole, this is if that's the principal payment, okay? Say it's $300 for the principal payment. because you're going to be paying like $2,500 for your payment. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, so when you have extra money, instead of going out and blowing it, you put it in a little sack. You put it in a little you stash. And then you pay extra on your house. And what that does is you just think about it in your head. That's going to take it's going to take 2 months off instead of 1. So that those months are coming off the end. Okay, but those months are also, because by the time you get to the second part of your contract, say after 15 years, the principal goes up and up, okay, because the interest is going down, because you don't owe as much. The interest is I think it's every month, and I really screwed myself there. Anyway, the interest is every month, and it's on the whole amount of what your loan was for. So if you got big interest going on, I mean, look and see how much it is your interest is on that payment. Let's just say your payment was $2,500. I really seriously doubt that $400 would be going on your principal, but I would be looking to see how much is actually going down on my house, because that's what you can pay extra and know where you're at. You know, instead of marking off to 1 month, then you go and you mark off 2. Okay, got me? You see, the principal changes every time. So if you start doing that, I don't know what happens if you just like pay an extra 100, you know, instead of trying to worry about, but it screws up their figures, so they probably wouldn't like that. It's like, you know, save up and pay the amount of one of those principal payments. Just think of it as a nest egg, because no matter what, it's going down on the principal. So it is a place where you're going to be, hopefully you don't sell the house and lose money. If you sell the house, you make money. And that's not much further down. But the big deal is, if you're going to stay there, you can get rid of a 30-year contract and make it 20 years by paying extra. It doesn't mean make 2 payments the whole time. You know, what you do is you have your one payment, and with that payment, you send in a principal payment for the next month that doesn't have all that interest on it. And in the beginning, you'll get a lot further. Say you wanted to put $1,000 down extra a month. I know that's a lot, but just say you did. And say your principal payment was $333. You get where I'm going? That would be 3 payments. That would be 3 months of interest that you don't have to pay. But you need to do it in the beginning of your contract for it to really do you a lot of good. But it does do you a lot of good. Because by getting a 30-year contract, you get a smaller payment, so that when times are hard, if times are really hard, it's not as hard to make that payment, okay? Young people go out and they get a loan and they get this humongous payment they got to make. So the smart ones figure out a way to get that all taken care of, because you don't want to miss your payments, because the bank will take your house. They don't have a heart. When it comes right down to it, if you can't pay, I'm not sure if it's 2 months, but they don't give you long, and you're evicted. That tree's standing up more. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Thank you for being concerned, Linda. Very much. And yes, I do need to be careful where I go and what I do. That little area over there is really pretty. But no, I'm not going I'm not walking down them rocks and waiting for my body to fall and get broken. Because right now my body is not in any condition to be broken. Not that we ever are. But I'm just saying, it probably wouldn't take as much to break me as somebody else. And there's some more bushes. That's not the same one. But it's the same thing. I told you guys, that's all the way down there. Okay. There's a certain type of bush they use for privacy and windbreaks and stuff. I might have showed you that before, but I'm thinking it's on the other side. Anyway, then there's this side. So they've got privacy bushes all the way around. Now here's the neighbor's thing. I should figure out how to make my screen bigger before I start, huh? I don't think you're going to be able to see it. But I can see it. But I have my glasses on today. It says, beware! That's, I think, a dog. I'm not sure. Could be a dinosaur, small one. It could be a dog. Skeleton. And then that guy with the rifle. And then there's one coming through the fence over there. Okay, this is daytime. At night they have the lights going on. Yeah, the leaves are really changing. I hear you. I hear you, baby. There's more than one. I'm sorry. Da, da, da. It's gonna be strange. Teresa D, are you ready for company? I want to come see you, little girl. What do you think? Is there anything I could do to help you out? I do need to. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Meaning I need to go on a little road trip. But the time is now. I have a PET scan on Wednesday. Then I'm free for about 3 weeks. So I need to do something. And actually I need to go to Colorado and to Kansas. But the problem is I'm slow at everything I do. It's not so easy to go through all your stuff, and I bet you know what I'm saying. I got things. But really, we don't need things. My stuff has been stashed in boxes for years. I had 2 storage units full of stuff too. And I had a basement which I had made into a store that was just loaded with stuff. Anyway, I lost it all. You know, so something to think about. How many years do we want to pay storage and then let them have it? You know, and that's what I did. I paid over 10 years worth of storage. And then I just couldn't see me doing it anymore. And then I quit. And I probably should have tried, but I just knew there was no way we were going to go get it. There's no way we were going to go get our stuff. There's a semi truck making that noise. Okay, see, I was just going to stay on Nancy's Road, and then I didn't do that. So now I got to figure out, where are you? Where am I at? I think I'm a block over. Palm tree. I think it's a palm tree. So I think that makes at least 4. Yeah. There's one yard that's got 2 big ones. And then there's another yard that's got 1. And this one's got 1. That's all I've seen so far. Haven't really paid close attention, you know. Pay attention. All right, I know where she is. I just don't want to get too far away. Okay. So did you guys listen to yesterday's post from me? I don't think I want to sing it. The second verse talks about our mother in heaven. Do-do-do. Tells me I've a mother there. Truth is reason. Reason something. I'll have to go back. Since I'm on the road, the book is up in my room. I wonder if it would come out. Oh, my Father, thou that dwellest in a high and glorious place, when will I regain thy presence and again behold thy face? In my first primeval childhood was I nurtured near your side or by your side. Truth stands to reason. You know that I have a mother there. Anyway, I'll have to read those. I'm gonna go to the end of the street and come back. I can tell that my body needs some help. I hope I'm getting something. You know, it says the more you walk, it's like a memory thing. It helps you to walk more the next time. But I'm not sure that's so true. Not now, anyway. Okay, I think we just forget the rest of that song until I have the book. And then we'll just, so instead of wasting time on trying to figure it out, because it's not like it's something I sang all the time. You know, I like that song. What's the name of it? Who does it? I don't know who does it. I should know. Not Creed, huh? See, I'm not really into the music these days. My daughter was the one who introduced me to some stuff. She's been gone for years, so that's a different story. Okay, now Nancy's house is right here. Should I go more? Maybe I'll go a little bit more and come back. So I just went and turned around. So what was I saying? But it is true, that one part of the song. I mean, I don't know where. What do I want to do? Do I want to go upstairs? What is this? It's 30 minutes. I really need to walk a little bit more, so I'm going to walk to the end of the street and back. Because sometimes I'm only getting a mile. And I would like to get more without it hurting. I did take my morning pills, but I didn't take a pain pill. And in some ways, the pain pill is a good thing because it helps you to be able to walk further. As long as you're not going to hurt yourself, that's the deal. So I do need to watch out for my back. This doctor said I had fractures. I didn't know anything about that. And she saw the same PET scan, but she said it was a year ago. So she didn't want to do anything about my medications until she sees the PET scan. Now, do I want to go over there? I know what I said. Tell you what, I'll go to the end of this fence and then come back. That'll make it further. See that fence line. Okay, so what's another song? There's a few of those church songs that I like. It's just been a long time. And when I go to church with Dad, they're singing songs that I don't know. So it makes it more difficult. And when we used to go to church, what we did was we had a practice hymn. So every Sunday, the Sunday morning, we would practice a hymn. So we learned them so we could sing them better. But I just have to sit there and listen to everybody because I don't know them until I get to know them. And sometimes I just like the old ones, the ones we used to have. We run into a briar bush here. The blackberry bushes are coming over the fence. Okay, I'm just going to get out in the street. Our walk is coming to an end, guys. But I am around the corner, so just letting you know. Not too much of a walk, I guess. But I can't remember if I started right when this did. Because if so, it's just been 32 minutes, almost 33. I could stop it on 3. I wonder if I could do that. Love you guys. I'm gonna try to do that. I better watch what I'm doing. Anyway, I'll probably walk again, okay? But I am tired anyway. So, happy trails until we meet again. It's almost there.